Hold on.
Oh, good, because I needed to get.
Hey, everybody. We are back. We are back. I'm in a different location today because it's hot outside. I can't sit at that pool and do these lives. But I think I probably got another 2 months to go and I'll be back in my studio. But shout out to my girl Beans for joining me again. You know, I'm excited to talk about this standing on business.
Listen, I came up, cheeks. I don't know about you, but I came here for love. But I'm going to get in some asses. That's for sure.
I just wonder if we're going to have the same point of view or are we going to debate a little bit? Because we ain't going to argue, but you know, it's nothing wrong with a healthy debate.
Present our sides of the fence and then we agree to disagree respectively, like you girls do.
Like they do. I'm trying to figure where we should start because we have 3 episodes, but I'm like, forget them other 2 episodes. Let's just stand right on the business.
Business.
That's kind of where I feel like I want to start. Let's just stand right on the business. Did anything outside of them screwing every night in the bed and in soul ties do we need to touch on?
You know what? Let's start here. When it comes to stand on business, and this is going to be our first point of disagreement, friend.
Mm-hmm.
Which girl stood on business? Which guy stood on business? Like ranking the best one. Like, well, not the best one, because only one person can stand on business. You know what I mean?
We might disagree.
All right, girl.
But as far as the way I took it, 95% of them ain't stand on no business. I was the only one standing on business over there on Twitter. But this ain't got nothing to do with me. The girls, I'm going to say Amaya. Even though she cried through it.
Oh, that's a good one.
She stood on business. She took it like a G. Like she said, a sensitive gangster. She backed down and cowered. Like her feelings was hurt. But Amaya stood on business because she was honest. And Chris.
Okay, yeah, I'll
no other man stand on no business to me.
We're definitely gonna disagree with the guys. The girls, I do.
Who said a slur?
It's slurred. What?
No, they said in the chat. Apparently, somebody said a slur.
We need moderators.
Oh, Sierra is losing thousands of followers on IG every damn hour. She lost 125K today alone.
Is that?
And then Steve said she said a slur. Look, let's start here. I want to start here. Then we're gonna stand on business. I felt some kind of way when Sierra was telling Olandria, "I'm happy it was you." Were the one he experimented with out of anybody else in the villa. What you mean you happy it's Olandria? What you thinking Olandria ain't no bad bitch?
Uglier than you? Because I'm no threat to you? Bitch, you
right.
Crazy. You
crazy. When she said that, I felt some kind of way about Sierra when she was like, "Oh, I'm happy it was you and not nobody else in this." What you mean? What you mean by that?
We don't compare? We don't compare?
Because wait till movie night and your face get cracked. Okay.
But I will tell you this. As much as they're trying to prop up Nick and Sierra as that couple, there's something about Sierra's energy I don't like. And I could not put my finger on it. There's something about her energy I don't like. Nick is full of shit. We already know that. I already knew if there
is a pick-me. Sierra is a pick-me. Anything for the man. Let me drop this coochie on them.
Because there's something about her that annoys me. There's something about her that is like off-putting, and maybe it's the pick. I thought it's because she keeps having sex in the house with all these people. Like maybe I'm old, but
think about why she's doing it. Think about why she's doing it. She's not doing it for the pleasure because she's getting 25 seconds here, 40 seconds there. Right. So she's doing it to try to keep this like she's the only one closed off right now. Like Sierra's a pick me doing whatever she got to do to stay on this show, and it ain't that deep, girl. I saw you on the Kim Kardashian commercial. I know you can make some money. You don't really need this 50K from Peacock.
And the Nick and the Sierra close off is absolute bullshit.
It is.
Is why
oh girl
her is safe in the house.
I gotta send you the pictures. Have you seen the pictures of Elon with his hair done a different way?
He knew Elon was coming. He knew Elon was coming. He knew. Shout out to Amaya. But you said he knew Elon was coming.
But no, Elon fine as hell. When he wear that curly ass afro like Nick,
I said, "Come on, Curls." I was watching yesterday. No. I said, "Come on, Curls."
I mean, I'm about to call you Olandria. Beans, you got to see the pictures of Elon with his hair pushed off of his face. He is fine as hell. It's just all he needs is a new hairstyle. I'm telling you, Nick saw it. He was like, wait a minute, this man fine as hell. Let me go close up with Sierra real quick. He don't want Sierra.
I didn't see that. But you did you
I'm about to send you the pictures.
Did you catch when Sierra asked, well, is it about me? Is it about me? Or is it like about your ego? Is that why you close off? Is that why you want to close off? And he was like, well, I felt protective over you. Bitch, protective is not love.
Protective where?
It's ego.
He was the one who initiated the kiss. It ain't like Olandria asked to kiss up on him.
He pulled him in. He was the one that initiated the conversation. I'm trying to see what it do outside the villa. What's up, Queen? What's up?
Yeah. Okay. I just sent you the pictures of Elon from the episode. I didn't even recognize him last night. I was like, oh, he fine right there. Now, okay, but we're gonna get to standing on business.
Okay. So
we've been too long. Okay, Steve want us to whack Huda. And Steve, I don't want you to leave the live because Beans might whack her, but I'm not whacking Huda tonight. But stick around and see if Beans gives her a whack or two.
I'm gonna give her the business. Don't worry. If you need.
Oh yeah, because Beans keeps her foot on Huda's neck.
I'm gonna keep my 4 inches on that heifer's neck.
So forget all the BS that happened all the previous episodes. This is the main event, standing on business. Now, this was messy, girl. Woo! They said, get them tweets. We want y'all to anonymously say what you got to say to each other and read it out and debate in front of each other. Now, the only thing I didn't like is the anonymous. When
someone tried to make it anonymous, who said that? Who said that? It wasn't supposed to give the anonymity that it was supposed to have given. It did not.
It didn't because I didn't like the anonymous. Just say what you got to say, put your name on it, and be done with it. Because if you
get everything off
the standing on business is to say you said it. You're not standing on business if you're anonymous.
Period. Mm-hmm. But let me get mine in. I do not disagree with you about Amaya Papaya. I agree she held it down. But to me, the lady who stood on business is Olandria. And the reason why I say that is because Olandria spent weeks being demure, keeping it classy, keeping it composed, keeping it together, even after Taylor dumped her ass, even after she has to see Taylor and Clark traipsing along in lovey land. The fact that she grew into her power and she verbalized how fucking angry she has been. She finally stood on business. Finally.
Well, I can't wait till we debate this because I don't agree. But who's your guy before we go person by person? Who your top guy standing on business?
I do agree about Amaya was standing on business, but to me, the champion with the girls was Amaya. For me, I know you're not gonna like this, but child, I qualify what I'm saying. Ace stood on business.
No, he didn't. Yeah. He didn't answer the question.
The way he chewed Nick's ass up. Who's
Austin?
The way he chewed Austin's ass up. At first, when he came up there, I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "Oh no, Ace about to get ate up." When I tell you, Ace was trying to be cute. Yo, when Ace said, You's a 6 foot something guy. I'm 5'10", and I'm
not. Cause where he get them extra 6 inches from?
Huh?
Where he get them extra 6 inches from?
Oh, because my homeboy is 5'10". I'm 5'4", and when I'm standing next to my homeboy, I gotta look up like this. I said, "Stop adding the inches." I mean, you went hard, but you did add the inches.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with AM in the chat. Let me see if I can put her chat up here because I ain't got my regular computer. I agree with AM in the comments. I'm taking it back. Chris, sit down next to Huda. I'm giving the top guy to Brian because he stood up for Amaya.
Oh, I like that too.
Nobody else did.
AM, come through with the word. Come through with the prophetic word. Because the way that they were jumping all over that girl, and she said that's what we do. Mi abuelita. That's what we do. How about you meet her halfway? My nickname? How about you meet her halfway?
Right. Okay, let's start from the beginning because we about to drag everybody about to get a little piece of dragging. Who went first? Pepe. Let's just get Pepe out the way. I said this over on Twitter and I'm gonna say it again. Pepe, this is not the prison yard. You are not locked in there. You could leave and go be with Hannah anytime you want to be. You over here wasting people's time and playing with their affections. In the back of your mind, you still hung up on Hannah. You could have packed your bag when Hannah packed hers.
Agreed. If it was the greatest love of all, the greatest love, you leave with her. Y'all head down to Fiji International together and see what it do. You've been watching Love Island longer than I have. Has there been couples that have left together where it's like, oh no, I'm leaving?
Yes, there have been couples that left together. There have.
Thank you. That's all you had to do. Leave with her. All this is performative to me. So can we agree on that one, friend?
Matter of fact, I think it was last season when Rob didn't leave when Andrea got voted off. That was the first time I seen somebody not go with their connection.
And then Rob stayed in the next few weeks terrorizing everybody about Andrea leaving. Get the fuck out of here. If you loved her that much, for her. And then no, I'm leaving. Did he leave? No, he didn't leave. And he's still out there single. And 2 times, as I'm to understand, that Rob has been on that show. And both times he's left.
Yes. And he's still and he got the nerve to get ready to be over on Traders. Please banish him first.
Well, I mean, you got to make that. I'm not mad at him. You got to make that coin.
You got to make that coin, but get back. He can be banished first. Because I forget who all on the cast, but he can be in the top 3 of banishments.
Listen,
but, that's really all I got to say about Pepe because to me, he didn't stand on business. When he was talking to the boys, he was like, I should just tell Grayson in the challenge I don't want to be with her. But you didn't. When it came time to really tell Grayson what it was, you was like, I don't want to talk about it no more. So, Pepe, please, tomorrow night, Pepe, please be on your way to the airport come Thursday night.
So bad for her at that moment. What's her name? Her name's not Grayson. I felt bad for Grayson at that moment because, like you said, he's waiting until this challenge to say something, which is absolutely bitch made. But I feel bad for her because she didn't feel the separation. In her mind, she was trying to get close to him. My G, let me know if you're not feeling me because there are plenty of men on this villa that I can explore. Look at Pepe. Look at Pepe with the curls. Look at Brian. Like, there are plenty of people I could explore.
Because don't nobody want nobody, for real, for real.
Oh, for real.
But the way he curved Adrena, I was like, what?
And that's what I can't understand. You curved Adrena to see what it's going to do with Grayson, and now you're saying with Grayson, you and her have been.
Just go home, Pepe. You wasting our time. Go home and get you some of that Beijing for the top of that scalp as well. But let me quit talking because I need some myself. I ain't have to.
But I'm telling you, I do hope the way that Brian jumped in for Amaya, I'm hoping he tries to make something do what it do with Amaya Papaya. Because listen, there is no couple.
He want to be with Jaden.
That's stupid. There is no couple that's worth rooting for. There's only one person I'm rooting for, and that's Amaya Papaya. So Amaya needs to get that connection in where she can fit in so she can win this money.
She just needs to stay. Find her somebody she could stay with because it's no more connections. They got maybe another 10 days at this at best. And I don't know if any more bombshells are coming in. So this season of Love Island is going to be the season where we just vote for who we like. Because we ain't voting for no love. It's who we like.
love there. There's not. Fuck what you talking about with Nick and Sierra. That's not love to me. That's not a connection that I saw that Janae had with.
Oh, more bombshells are coming. Okay.
Coming. All right, we'll see what it do. But Amaya, I would pull Brian for a chat.
I would, because he's the only one that showed you any respect outside of JD. And I wish he would have coupled up with JD, because JD was the only man that allowed her to be herself.
Yeah. And that's why that's another mistake that I think she made. I would have picked JD over Zach any day.
Yeah.
Zach around on her, right?
With Pepe, because I ain't take no notes. Let me look at my tweets. Because if Pepe went, let's get Sierra and Nick out the way. I noticed somebody pointed out to me that Nick didn't even have to answer any questions. Like, he didn't stand at the podium.
He didn't stand at the podium?
No, it was only Sierra. So Sierra was pretty much asked about Hannah. She was asked about having sex at night and being loud, but we don't care about that. They wanted to know, Pepe wanted to know, why did you vote out Hannah? And the reason that Sierra gave was 15 minutes worth of bullshit. Because I'm like, Hannah, what are you talking about?
That was a complete gaslighting session. Get the fuck out my face. Get the hell out my face. No.
What's the point of the show? Oh, she had a strong connection and Iris really didn't have a chance and Amaya didn't have a chance. That's the point why they need to go home, because Amaya has been here all these weeks and she still ain't found nobody to respect or care for her. And that's not her fault. But at some point, if you just ain't connected with nobody, you got to go.
That's none of my concern anymore. It's none of my concern whether or not Amaya has had the ability to connect. At that moment, Amaya deserved to leave the villa over Hannah. Number one. Number two, I'm going to give that fire to Alondria as well. Alondria didn't deserve to be saved. She let Taylor play in her face. She gave up Jalen. Okay. At that moment,
good stuff for the end. We're going to save Alondria and them for the end. That's the good stuff. We're going through the light work first. So pretty much they gaslit everyone into some BS about why Hannah went. Now, I would have still saved Amaya because I root for everybody black. And I know she ain't really black, but she look black. So I'm rooting for everybody black. She's Dominican. But Iris could have went. Y'all ain't had no loyalty, Iris. She had just got there. Iris could have went home.
There were a couple other girls that could have gone home behind Hannah's, and I don't give a fuck what Sierra's talking about. It was calculated.
So Sierra just did a whole bunch of bullshit for 15 minutes, and it was a lot of meat and potatoes still left in that mailbox, and y'all wasted it over Hannah over somebody who ain't even there.
Right.
Like, y'all gave Hannah all that attention, but Ace really ain't answer why he got rid of Jeremiah.
Right. And
so
I like
Sierra. Was it Ace?
Say it again?
Who stood up on the podium after Sierra? Was it Ace?
I think it was Ace.
Because I think Austin had a turn, but I don't care nothing about what Austin was talking about. Let's just get to Ace. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. So Ace stand up on the podium. They had to get him a little footstool so he could see over and everything. That's probably where he got the 5'10" from, because he was standing on a little 6-inch box.
Listen, didn't he look pissed when he was opening that box? Like, this shit. I'm like, why are you so mad?
Mailbox was taller than him. That mailbox was taller than him. That's why you talking about Ace was standing on business and Ace didn't even tell his real height.
Nah, he was still, the way he chewed Austin up, he
chewed Austin up, but he ain't stand on business because he ain't answered the question at hand. We want to know why you and your minions sent Jeremiah home. We ain't ask you to play hot potato with the question and see who love bombing who, because you was love bombing yourself, Ace. We asked you why you sent Jeremiah home, and he did not answer. So for me, he ain't stand on business.
Yeah, he didn't stand on business in that instance, but I'm standing on the way that he chewed Austin up was for the books. Was for the book. Austin didn't even know what to say. Like, Austin,
could have chewed Austin up. So to me, I don't even know why Austin wrote his name on it, because you cowered as soon as Ace gave you a little bit of pressure. Like, if you was gonna cower, keep it anonymous, because anybody could have chewed up Austin.
Seriously, what'd you say? Ace didn't chew up Austin?
I said anybody could have chewed up Austin.
Gotcha, but Ace did.
Well, and I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. Austin needs to be amongst the people going home to the airport on tomorrow night.
But when Austin, when he read it, when Ace read it, and Ace was like, first of all, who wrote this? Because I need to know exactly what you're talking about so I can respond. I said, oh, he's about to get chewed up. And true to form.
Because see, Austin didn't stand on business. Because see, what you were supposed to say was, you was a jealous ass hater who was mad that all the fine bitches you want to couple up with. See, that a real ass bitch like me would have said it like that. You was jealous that Jeremiah was pulling all the bad bitches, and you got your minions, your little rugrats, to help vote him out.
You got that man voted off. You wanted Adrena. Adrena was connected with Jeremiah. You wanted Huda at first. Jeremiah and Huda connected. That is standing on business. I agree with you, friend.
They let Ace slide with that. They kind of let Ace slide because I'm like, he didn't answer the question.
Austin was like, well, it seems like Jeremiah was damned if he do and damned if he be specific.
No, you mad my homeboy was pulling all the bad bitches and you wanted him to go home.
And that's what Ace
addressed Taylor and Nick. Like, well, if y'all ain't no minions, why did y'all vote? Like the way they gave Sierra 15 minutes to talk about Hannah. Let's talk about this Jeremiah thing because I really want to get to the bottom of it.
Right. And all of America, we are pissed. We're still asking for Jeremiah to come back. Ace needs to answer to that. And you're absolutely right. Austin did not put him in a space where he can adequately answer to why I sent Jeremiah home.
Because he pussied out. He got scared. You got scared of this 5'2" nigga and you 6'5"? He can't even reach your face to slap you.
Sir. And I don't care. Hold on, listen. I don't care what Ace is talking about. He's my height. He's given 5'4". Maybe at my baby daddy's time. My baby daddy was only an inch taller than me. He's given 5'5", 5'6" at the most.
5'4" at the most. I ain't giving him too much. And 5'4" might be generous. That fool is sitting at the fire pit with his feet dangling, and not even his feet about 6 inches off the ground dangling. He's about 5'2".
Yeah. I'm gonna be generous with 5'5". I'll be generous, Ace. I'll be generous.
Nice. But anyway,
all right.
So who next? Let's get I forgot who went next. Let's just go on down the line and get Shelly out the way. Well, let's get Chris out the way because Chris ain't really do too much. His only question was, do you really like Huda? And he was like, yes. Mm-hmm. And why you ain't tell people in the villa? Like, I feel like the OGs feel like people got to announce their connections to them for, like, we ain't got to tell you shit. I ain't got to go around and be like, hey, you know, I'm feeling Huda. Right? We ain't got to tell you nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like how the OGs, and when I say OGs, I mean the toddlers and they girls, which is Nick, Sierra, Taylor, Clark, Olandria, Ace, and Shelly. Yeah, like, we ain't got to tell y'all nothing.
Yeah, no. I don't disagree with you. I don't. My only thing, with his standing on business is he seems to be getting very defensive when people kept asking him, do you really like Huda? The switch up. He's like, are you just trying to stay in the villa? He seems to be getting a lot more defensive.
Yes.
Steph, because if you're standing on business, if you know you're here because you really formed this connection with Huda, I wouldn't get this aggravated. He was like, fuck is you talking about? I can be playing ball overseas. I mean, granted, but calm down. The way he was throwing down the F-bombs and getting defensive, I'm like, no one's saying you can't like Huda. They're just questioning.
That's the one thing I didn't like. And I'm going to give you a little piece, Chris. I didn't like when he was like, I ain't got to be here. I could be overseas. Again, like I told Pepe, this ain't no prison. You could go get your bag. You can go get both of your bags. You can get your bag and go to the airport, and you can go overseas and get your check. But you want to be here.
Right.
You want this exposure of Love Island. So don't be downplaying it like, I don't need this.
I don't need
it while you're here.
My friend, if you were playing for the Lakers and you were on the season, you would have a point. If you were playing for Golden State, you would have a point. But sir, overseas, in Japan, Greece, get out of my face with that.
You need this little check like everybody else need this little check, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be here.
I don't have to be here. Fuck that.
You ain't gonna buy. I'm holding you here. I did not like the way how he said that, because when he said it, it was condescending. Like, I don't need this, y'all do. But you here though.
Exactly. You here trying to get this check and trying to stay in this villa.
That's the one thing that had pissed me off. But I the 6'8", I forgave it and everything.
The height is the height is hiding. So
okay, let's double back to Shelly, because Ace did stand on business to his question to Shelly. This is the only thing I side with Ace on. This is the only thing I side with Ace on. And like I said earlier, Shelly, you went down bad.
He nibbled, but he
did, because he was like, why I gotta have a boundary?
Yeah.
Why Huda can't put her vagina on my lips, but you had your vagina on Chris's? Like,
wait, he didn't say vagina on Chris's. Did he say vagina on?
I put 20 on 10. I put 20 on 10.
On it.
I need to see the footage, because I think what Huda did was she went reverse cowgirl on Ace.
Puss in his face.
And, right. But Shelly did the exact same thing to Chris.
No. She split on Chris. It's not the same. We're gonna no, disagree. Disagree.
She hiked her leg up and put her vagina in his face.
Okay. She didn't put her vagina in his face. She's not tall enough to put her vagina in his face. Number one. Number two, let me ask you this question. After she did what she did with Chris, was the mood weird? Did the energy?
No.
After Huda did what she did with Ace, did the mood change? What were the expressions?
But people also don't like Huda, and it's very clear.
We're not here. She's not going to be a victim here. In addition, when I talk about the facial expressions, I get if it's one or two people that don't really fuck with Huda.
It was everybody. That's why I think she kind of backed it all the way up on Ace. It wasn't just reverse cowgirl. I think she backed it all the way up to his face.
I don't care what they're talking about out there. Whatever Shelly did was not as bad as what Huda did, because Shelly's been in many challenges with Ace's kissing, and she's never showed out. She's never come out her face, not even come out her face. She's not, because I didn't think she crashed out like Huda's ever crashed out.
No, she hasn't. No,
never crashed. She's always been calm and even tempered. For her to express comfort like that, and then for everyone to go, oh shit. She even said out her own mouth, I went a little bit too far. I feel bad. So whatever, I don't care what.
I think I know what she did. Because AM in the comments reminded me, and that is too far. Huda admitted she went too far, so
she did. She did.
I think what she did is she backed that ass up to his face and kind of did a little 69, because she loved to lick balls through the costumes.
She had her cootie twirl all over his face. Oh yeah.
I think she put her face in his place as well.
Yes, exactly. She was given all kinds of fish soup. You know what I mean?
She did it to Jeremiah. She did it to JD. She loved to lick her tongue out and go all down on the men.
Listen, and at the end of the day, let me preface this by saying, because at the end of the day, I don't like Huda. I will never like Huda.
I know you don't like Huda.
Will always be you raggedy bitch to me. But I will agree with her on this end. I will agree. It's a challenge. I'm gonna give you that. Sis, I'm gonna give you that. It's a challenge. All right? I'll give you that. However, when Jeremiah had the prospect of kissing the bombshells,
yep.
Was it a challenge to you then, my dear?
Nope.
When you told Iris, bitch, you need to stop this right now. You couldn't have a real bitch like me on the show.
You had Iris scared.
Bitch, and I'm getting kicked off the motherfucking Love Island, bitch.
She had Iris scared to even walk around the villa.
You crash out over anyone who even sniffs Jeremiah's direction. The other girls understand that. Shelly said, listen, Huda said to them, oh, it's okay. You guys can, I know it's a game. You guys can play with Jeremiah. The girls don't play with Jeremiah because they see that there's something a little bit wrong with Huda. Huda turns around and says to them, oh, you know what? Thank you so much for picking him. You guys know how much we like each other. But when it comes to your turn to establish that boundary with the homegirl you claim you love, bitch, you fake. You fake it in them lips and that ass, bitch. Like,
she not fake. She just one of them people that only care about herself. Like, she don't see it. She don't see your feelings. She only care about her feelings. So yeah, stay away from my man. But
and say that I'm selfish, bitch. You selfish. You bipolar. There's a whole line of things. You're immature. You're insecure. You's a pick me. There is so many things. There's so many things I can go through. So many things.
Well, I will say, okay, Huda did cross the line. She apologized. But this is where Shelly ate a little bit and where Ace ate a little bit. Shelly ate when she told Huda what you just said about the Jeremiah thing, and we had respect for you and Jeremiah, and you came in with the bombshells and you was cussing them out, and the bombshells all scared. And so, you marking your territory with hickeys and all this kind of stuff. I agree. But I'm just the type of person where Huda did that shit 2 weeks ago. You should have, one, voted her ass off the 2 opportunities you had if that's how you really felt. And 2, if y'all real bitches, you should have told Huda about herself 2 weeks ago. Don't wait to the mailbox challenge, because if we never would have had this mailbox challenge, I don't think anybody would have even ever said that to Huda.
100%. And I said that on one of my TikTok lives. Y'all saw there was something off about that little girl. Y'all saw that she needed to be back home in therapy and with her daughter. Y'all saw that, and y'all still stood behind her.
Y'all had 2 opportunities.
She called you all kinds of bitches and hoes, and you stood behind her. Where's the logic in that? So at that time, when Huda smushed her kitty cat all over Ace's face, I wasn't even mad at that. To me, it was the hypocrisy of Huda now saying, it's just a challenge. But was I mad that Huda did that? I wasn't mad. And I hope Ace caught a motherfucking stiffy on that floor, Shelly, because you been not fucking with this girl. You been saw that this girl, but there was something, she's touched by a motherfucking angel, and you still voted for her to stay. Congratulations.
All of y'all. So that's the one thing I didn't like. I was like, yeah, I feel you in what you're saying, Shelly, but it's 2 weeks too late. Like, y'all voted for her to stay twice, and you had she cut up like that 2 weeks ago. Y'all should have been told her about herself.
I will say, when Huda approached, can I have a chat? I do agree. I do agree with Shelly's stance. I'm about to motherfucking violate, so I'm not going to talk to you. However, the next day, Shelly should have read her for fucking filth, bitch.
Right, because you didn't know the mailbox challenge was coming. That next day, you should have told Huda how you really felt.
Exactly.
Way.
You created all these motherfucking boundaries for Jeremiah. Now that you're vulnerable and desperately finding a motherfucking connection, now it's all fair. In Love and War, bitch, fuck you. I would have read her ass the next motherfucking day. Classy and pretty.
But let me tell you where Shelly lost me. Because I was with Shelly on reading Huda down 2 weeks too late. But this was Shelly lost me. Because are you mad that Huda backed that thing up on Ace? Or are you mad that Chris saw that you was probably going to choose Ace and decided he wanted to explore with Huda and Chris are now item? Because you can't have both me and Shelly. So which one you mad about? Because it seemed like she was really mad about that Chris shit. She wasn't even talking about the shit with Ace.
You see, why did you tell everybody we're going to be disagreeing? Because I agree with you, friend. Okay. This is when I got very, very annoyed. You're dragging this shit, Shelly. This Chris nonsense, you're dragging it. What did you expect him to do, really? You guys came back on the island. Your focus really wasn't on Chris like that. You really weren't trying to connect with Chris like that. Even Ace was like, why are you exploring other connections? I don't understand why she was so irritated with Chris trying to connect with Huda when I felt like Chris really didn't have a choice.
Let me point out something, because I peeped this. You know how Ace has been bringing Shelly flowers from the villa with breakfast every day? The first person
He gave her 2 pancakes and flowers.
Right, he's done it twice. But the first person to give Shelly a flower from that villa was Chris. When they were outside working out, Chris took the flower. Chris took the flower off of that wall, one of the white flowers, and gave it to Shelly. And she was like, oh. And Ace and Taylor and his minions and them was over there, you know, laughing and joking and shit like, oh, he got that shit from the villa. And then every morning since Chris gave Shelly a flower, Ace has been giving Shelly flowers from that villa at least 2 mornings in a row. So
that's corny.
What the fuck?
That's corny.
Chris is the one stepping up, not Ace.
That's hella corny.
Right. But you, like, to me, Shelly, you wanted this man to chase you. You wanted this man to kiss your ass and be like, Shelly, 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 just for you to be like, nah, I'm going to stick with Ace. And so he could have his face cracked like all these other bombshells had a face cracked chasing these OGs. That's what you wanted. You wanted to be the one to have options. You wanted your Taylor moment to have 2 people standing on your lily pad and shit like that. No. So what you really mad at?
Yeah.
Because you can't have both men. You should have said which one you wanted. And then it's free game. You wanted Ace. Could have said, well, fuck it. I ain't got nobody here. I'm gonna go with 6 8.
Mad at it. I am not mad at it. Me, it seems like Chris really stepped in when Huda felt isolated and was feeling bad. And that's where you see their connection grow. I wasn't mad at it. I absolutely was not mad at it. Absolutely not. I'm like, Shelly, what the hell are you talking about? If you wanted that man, you would pursue that man.
You should have gave him some attention.
Do that. She didn't.
You pay him no attention, but he's supposed to still be kissing your ass. Oh, Shelly, oh, Shelly, oh, Shelly. Just for you to be like, nah, no thanks.
You are still my Haitian princess, but that is bullshit. I was watching the answer like, girl, why are you so mad? Why
then, Shelly, you played yourself because you lost your side nigga and your main all in one challenge.
She won the main.
Ace was sitting over there hot. What? Shelly spent majority of her time arguing with Huda over her side piece. Ace is like, really? You really giving this much pressure and I'm sitting right here? I think she lost Ace too.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Ace gonna have something to say about that challenge. I guarantee. He gonna play the game and stick with Shelly, but he gonna have some shit to say.
Yeah. I agree. See, friend, we agreeing, friend. We disagree.
We agreeing. So that's all I have on Shelly. Who next? We kind of talked about Amaya. I want to say this. I want to know if we agree with this. I didn't feel like it was necessary. Like, Amaya handled the question and she was talking about, I'm a sensitive gangster. That's, it should be okay. I felt like after Amaya explained her emotions, talking about my emotions are my strength. You don't know what I've been through. All that. You think most people would have a heart like, yeah, girl, I don't know what you've been through. Like, let me lay off. Because, Amaya crying get on my last ass nerve too. But, I could fast forward. But I was feeling Amaya and I felt like they just started dogpiling. Like, here go Austin. Well, you too much this and this. And then here come Ace with this babe shit. And y'all was just 3-way kissing the other night.
Right.
And then here you go, but you was still calling me babe. Can I get you lunch? Babe, can I do this? And so Ace started dogpiling. And then here comes Zach, whack ass, talking about, yeah, you too much for me too.
I got mad. That's when I got mad. Zach, ample time to have this conversation with this girl. Why would you do that?
It felt like a session to tear her down because it was just pile on pile on pile on. And what pissed me off, y'all are over here, and I'm about to feel Huda for a second, talking about Huda ain't no girl's girl, but ain't nan one of y'all tell y'all niggas, that's too much. Like, you ain't gotta, like, ain't nobody step up and say, that's enough. We ain't gonna gang up on Amaya. She already crying. How much more? Like, ain't now one of them girls stop it. It wasn't until Amaya walked off that Ciara and Huda went to check on her. I ain't see Shelly or Alandria get up.
This is where we disagree. This is where I agree. I like the fact that Huda did check up on Amaya. I did appreciate that moment. However, from when we started watching from this first episode till now, Huda has a pattern where she's not a girl's girl. This is that one anomaly.
I agree. Huda ain't no girl's girl. She's very selfish and for herself.
That many girlfriends. So while a couple of times Huda did step up, and another one of those times where Huda stepped up is when Olandria chose violence. But even after Alondria chose violence, Huda stepped up and spoke up for Alondria when they were talking about that. So there's been a couple of times where she stepped up, but for the most part, 90% of it has been anti-girls girl. So Fran, I just had to.
Huda is not a girl's girl. I wasn't saying that to say Huda was a girl's girl. I'm just saying Shelly and Olandria need to rethink that, because I'm sorry, I could be a bitch, but when I see somebody crying, I will be like, okay, that's enough.
I agree.
Like, I would have been the type of friend that would have walked up there and took Amaya off the stage. I wouldn't have waited. I would have been like, okay, y'all, that's enough. Amaya, let's go fix your makeup.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I would have been one of those girls, because when they were piling up on her, it hurt my heart. And you said,
yes,
go up there, Huda, go up there.
And all y'all men
all
and
girls like went up there to comfort her, because it was bullshit and it was too much. The only thing I will say though is I was watching another TikTok creator, and this is nothing to say against Amaya, because I'm a Cancer. I am highly sensitive. I may talk a lot of shit, but it does not take much to make me cry. So I understand it and I get it. However, when we Cancers are or Virgos are very sensitive people, when we lead with our emotions and we're trying to date someone, only a man that is into us can handle that depth of emotion. You know what I mean?
She said that. She said, if you can't read this book, put it back on the shelf.
And she read. If I'm not your cup of tea, bitch, don't drink it. And it ends.
And it seemed like they got mad that she said that, because she said that with respect, like, okay, this is how I am. And if you don't like me, don't date me. Don't try to pull me for no chats. And it seemed like they got mad, but nah, you do too much. It's too much. And then here come Ace. Yeah, you calling me babe, and I don't like that. Like, Ace, you chose her. I need somebody to write a question to Ace. Why did you choose Amaya just to tear her down and say, don't touch me, don't talk? Like, why did you do that?
I will say this. I think it was production based, because as soon as he chose her, he didn't seem like he liked her any minute afterwards.
But still, it could have been production based, but still, I want to hear your reasoning, because you could tell production, no, pick whoever you want to pick.
Yeah. Because that little white boy from last season, they told him to pick Liv to save her. He didn't pick Liv. He went on his own. So that's another instance of my good friend Ace, where you were not standing on business, because it never seemed that you liked Amaya. As soon as you picked Amaya, you were giving her rules and regulations on what to touch, on what to say, on what to feel, on what to do. She could immediately see that you didn't like her like that. You know what I mean? You could have picked. Why didn't you pick Shelly? If you knew you wanted to be with Shelly, why didn't you pick Shelly in that moment?
Because Ace and Shelly are playing games. Ace and Shelly are playing games. They knew each other before the villa. They probably was feeling each other before the villa. When they got here, they was like, look, we ain't gonna couple up week one, because people who couple up week one, week two don't usually win the money. We gonna pretend like we explore, and then we gonna couple up. It's very clear that they're playing the game. But I also want to know, why the fuck did Ace go chase Amaya after he just made her cry? Because to me, Ace and Zach did the most.
And then they made him sit down. They're like, yo, I think it was Nick. I was like, yo, Ace, sit there. Why are you running after her? You're one of the reasons why she's crying. The fuck?
And if you run after her, she might swing. And if she swings, producers don't send her home.
Listen, and knock your little ass down like a domino. I will not
remove myself from the situation. Let me be removed. Don't follow me. I feel like I feel like all of this is an act. I feel like all of this with Ace is an act. And once he saw Amaya, I don't know why he didn't stop when she started crying, but once she walked off, because when you know, I'm not a sensitive person, but when Amaya was like, thank you all for letting me know. I said, what? I was like, dang.
More wine, please.
I was like, damn, that shit hurt me. So I feel like Ace was like, I did too much, and he probably was gonna go apologize, but
I do think at that point he felt bad. But you did a lot of damage. You're gonna do more damage going over there. So sit your little ass over there somewhere.
Yeah, that took me out. When she was like, thank you all for letting me know how you feel. I was like,
I wish I can just give Amaya Papai the money and just go do something nice with it.
I would vote for Amaya, because why not? We voting for who we like.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
No,
like anybody else.
I definitely like Shelly, but it looks like she's gonna partner up with Ace, and I don't like Ace, so you wouldn't get my vote.
Yeah, you definitely. Anybody with a toddler ain't getting a vote from me.
Mm-mm. No,
When I tell you, because usually I'm out, y'all know I usually miss the votes because I watch the episodes so late, and by the time I finish watching, I go vote. Voting is closed. When I tell you, I voted so fast yesterday. I was all on Twitter. I was like, is it time to vote? Is it time to vote? They was like, vote open. I was like, okay. And I voted too fast because I voted for Olandria, and just because I do like Olandria, but I was like, no, Olandria needs to go home. And while we talking about Olandria, let's go ahead and get to her, and we're gonna save Taylor bitch ass for last. Okay. Is there anybody else before Olandria and Taylor? We miss anybody before we get to the last two?
I don't think so.
Okay, let's get there. So Olandria gets a question from Clark about, girl, I ain't no Tess. Don't be calling me no Tess. This my man. And then we got some real connections over here. And Olandria is like, my bad, girl. Everybody here come to test the connection. I ain't like how Clark fell back. It was like, oh yeah, girl, yeah, I am a test. I'm like, girl, you a test or not? Which one?
Why didn't you check her ass there then? At that point,
right? Because I'm like, say what you got to say. Because see, Olandria ain't do nothing with Clark. Clark's issue is really with Taylor. Because if we watch the beginning of the episode, Clark was with the Casa girls complaining like, I ain't even really closed off, but Taylor in this situation make me feel closed off because he's hovering me. I can't talk to anybody else, even if I wanted to. So I feel like Clark feels like, I think Clark thinks she's being love bombed, but I think Clark is one of them type of girls that's happy she won. Like, oh, well, he picked me, so she gonna ride with it because she got picked.
She has pick me energy too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Clark didn't want no smoke because Olandria, I was proud of you. I was so proud of Olandria when she started to cuss Taylor the fuck out. I was at the TV.
Like, bitch, finally. Finally. Like, we were all waiting for this moment for you to show how mad you were. Like, bitch, you've been mad. You've been upset. You've been feeling looked over time after time after time again. So for her to, when I tell you she cleared and she had the finger pointing, like, oh, you treated me like shit. I've always picked you. I said, oh, and then there was
anything else about Clark before we just wrap this up with, because I feel like the only thing I had to say is I'm not mad at Clark for asking the question, but girl, this is stand on business, and
I didn't think her question made.
You asked the question, then you immediately took it back. I think she was trying to say, like, girl, I'm not here to test you and his chemistry. He want to be with me. And you good on that.
Standing on business means that's how you write it. You called me a test. I'm not a test. He picked me. Boom.
Done. But as soon as Olandria responds, oh, I guess it is a test. I'm like, get off my TV. Get off my TV. You can't even handle a little 5 seconds of conflict. Get off my TV. But see, y'all going, look, if Clark and Taylor are not at the airport tomorrow night, production. That's production right there. Because there's no way. The way we broke up Jeremiah and Huda, America is voting for Taylor to go. It's no way anybody is voting for Taylor to stay in that building.
The way that he said at the end of his rant, y'all want me to pick? I picked Taylor. I said, bitch, you better pick up her suitcases and head to Fiji Airport.
Let's let the reading begin. Okay, so it opened up with, I don't even remember the question, but I just remember Olandria going in. And Olandria was like, you ain't you a bitch. Because I think in her question, she said you was a punk ass bitch. I was like, yes, call him out. Huda, Hurricane Huda number 2. We about to spin all over his neck.
The only person who could be Hurricane Hood number 2 is a psych ward patient. Yeah, we're not gonna give Olandria. And the reason why I say this, Olandria has never came out of her face like that with anyone in the island until now. She's been poised. Only a
Olandria, you a week too late, but I'm happy you got it out, girl. I'm happy you got it out because see,
nobody could be like.
Hold the line real quick. We got to click over real quick and handle this phone call real quick. And then we're going to click back. Because, see, your friends ain't really your friends. Your friends in the episode talking about well, you know, you can still, it's still Taylor out there. You can still talk to Taylor.
Who
And all
said
this.
that? Who
You
said that?
ain't hear Sierra and Shelly telling her, well, you know, you still got Taylor to talk to too.
Yeah,
I mean, is all of y'all delusional? I mean, I know y'all are, but really?
I agree. Your homegirls are steering you the wrong way.
In the wrong way. Olandra should have been cussed him out, but she ain't cussed him out because everybody telling her, well, you know, it's still Taylor. He might change his mind. You know, it's he been with you too long. And I'm like, no, he ain't never wanted her.
Oh, I'm not gonna put that on Shelly and Sierra. You have discernment. You seen how
she should have had some discernment. She should have.
It came out last night where you read him for motherfucking filth. You saw how he was moving with you. You said out your own mouth. You could have pursued things with Jalen, but she was down with you. She was down with you since day one. Now, bitch, how you look? I'm not gonna put this on Shelly and Sierra. I have enough discernment to know when a nigga don't like me. I'm 47 years old. When a nigga don't like me, I know.
Yeah, but she ain't there yet. It's very clear she ain't there yet. But I still think it's fucked up Shelly and Sierra to be saying this when they see they see how he moves. Why would you see this man just play it in your sister face? You telling her to still go over there and see what's up? Nah, we about to go talk to Elon. We about to go talk to Zag.
The French know that
day every day.
Ever sent her over there. However, at the end of the day, Shelly and Sierra aren't you. You got to move for you. And Taylor nibbled a little bit with his answer. He's moving for him. You're moving for Taylor. He ate a little bit. He nibbled.
He ate, but he lied. Because see, a real man would have came up to Olandria day 3. I ain't really feeling this, but you know, we got a friendship vibe. We're gonna keep voting for each other till our connection come in. You know, be honest. He wasn't honest until he had his option. That ain't standing on business to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I ain't giving Taylor nothing for what he did. That was some punk ass shit. You were not honest with this lady until your option was in the house. If he was a real ass man, he would have been like, look, I'm cool with you. Go ahead and be with Jalen. But he didn't do that. He want to do these punk ass dates with Ace and Nick, trying to reel Olandria in, trying to kiss in the photo booth like he really want to kiss her. Like, no, he was doing the most when Jalen was in the house. Then had the nerve to have the whole house vote Jalen out so Olandria couldn't continue to explore with him, to keep Huda, who everybody don't even really like. But because Taylor is scared of competition and don't want to go home, we voting his ass out. And then as soon as your option come up in Casa, it's like, well, fuck you. I ain't moving for you. I move for me.
Wow.
I would have lost it. Angie would have lost it because one thing you can't do is play with my feelings. Yeah. Do not play with a Leo's feelings because we just gonna take the aftermath afterwards.
Yeah. When he said to her, you want me to move for you, I'm moving for me. And the way that Olandria,
she probably wanted to cry.
The way that Olandria looked at Taylor, and what I saw on her face, she knew she fucked up. I know in that moment, thought back to Jalen. She said, oh shit, I didn't play this fucking game correctly. He's moving for him.
And you was moving for him. You were moving for Taylor, and Taylor is moving for Taylor. Nobody was moving for Olandria.
Bomba clot, blood fire, tonnerre. I cursed in 2 different languages.
I'm telling you, I would have lost it. I would have lost it at that moment because that's when it hit Olandria. This nigga been playing with in my face the whole time. He never really fucked with me.
That's when everything hit at the same time. This nigga never really liked me. And I will tell you one more thing. I'm hoping Jalen was watching that episode. Because he deserves that validation. He came in, he was a little bit corny, but he came in with a pure heart, ready to.
It was respectful.
It was respectful.
It wasn't like he was rubbing up on her booty or anything. He was just telling you how beautiful you were. Taylor never told you how beautiful you were. And you talking about, oh, he just worried about my looks and Taylor care about my mind. No, Taylor care about I think Beans, I agree with you. I think at that moment when Taylor said that fuck shit, it all hit Olandria like,
oh, I fucked
playing me this whole fucking time.
Oh, you see, you done fucked up now.
And see, Angie would have snapped. They would have told me that, because I'm telling you, when you play in people's face like that, you don't know how they're gonna react. Not everybody know how to keep their emotions in check.
And not for nothing, when she was going on about Taylor wants me from my mind, let me give everybody a little secret. When a man says he wants you for your mind, he's not physically attracted to you.
Say it again, Beans, because some people ain't hear it.
Nobody gives a fuck about a mind, okay? This is what pulls them in initially. When he wants me for, bitch, what mind? You guys were talking about fruits that you like, pineapple and fucking oranges. That is not a philosophical motherfucking conversation, number one. Number two, if a nigga says he wants you for your mind, he's not physically attracted.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of my TED Talk. That's it.
That needs to be a word for people, for the people out here who don't already know. It ain't when men, they're attracted with their eyes.
They're physical creatures. They're physical creatures.
When they're attracted to you, they want to touch you. It ain't that much damn respect in the world on whole island. This an island for the hoes. It don't take 3 weeks to get a cuddle at night.
Rabbit hoes, big booty hoes.
Maybe 2 nights. You got 2 nights to sleep in that bed with that nigga. And if he ain't rubbing and touching and all that, he don't want you. Because this whole island, y'all knew what y'all stood up for. This ain't the damn Vacation Bible School.
Listen. I remember that challenge.
I mean, what's his name? I don't forgot his name. Taylor has not touched a woman in that house until Clark came in.
Clark. Remember that dance? Remember that dance session that he set up? And then he kissed Olandria and he was high-fiving everything like it was a fucking achievement. Like
I kissed her. I did it. I hyped myself. I hyped me up.
Build himself to kiss this gorgeous lady. My nigga, I kissed her. Yeah. Like it was something.
Real man that looks at Olandria and is attracted to Olandria will not be able to keep their hands off her. And that's, I mean, yeah, you got the men that just want to screw, but at least you know he attracted to you.
So let's compare that kiss with Olandria and Taylor when they were doing this stupid ass dance lesson, and that kiss with Nick and Olandria in Soul Ties.
Oh, she never kissed Taylor like that.
She pulled the lip.
Mind you, Taylor, the way Taylor kisses is very juvenile. He doesn't.
It's closed mouth. It's closed mouth.
Very quick. Like, I'm like, are we practicing like we in 5th grade?
I'm too grown for them kisses. I need some tongue. I need some wet. Like, what's going on?
At least something. Now the way Hoodie kisses too much tongue, but somewhere between and Hoodie, I don't like the way Hoodie kisses. Yeah, I ain't got to kiss her, so it don't matter.
Cheeks. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I have a question for you. We're getting to this point, but I have to ask you. When Shelly and Huda were going back and forth, and then Olandria dropped the tea about, I think I know what your answer is gonna be. About the tea about Huda and Chris kissing. What's your take on that? I know what your take is gonna be on that. You'll probably be surprised at my take.
I think we might have the same take.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say it. In the real world, that's somebody else's business.
Okay.
On whole island, when it's a camera everywhere, girl, who give a fuck y'all kissed? We done saw this shit in real time, and y'all talking about that's our business, that's our place. It ain't shit to tell. We done seen it.
Yeah. I think my opinion will be, I was like, when Olandria dropped that, I said, Olandria, bitch, you are being very messy.
No. Olandria was being messy, but see, Olandria, what you did, you thought you was shooting them shots at Huda, but you was really shooting them at Shelly, because Ace was sitting there looking like, you really mad that she kissed this nigga and I'm sitting right here? Like, who you want?
Shelly didn't really react like that. She just like rolled her eyes, was like, okay, whatever.
No, she did. Shelly was mad. Shelly was mad because they had this whole debate. You brought him over here for me, and now you want to be with him? I'm like, Shelly, this ain't your island. We ain't saving niggas just for you to.
No. But in that moment, they already had that conversation about Chris, the back and forth. Why whatever. So at that moment when Alondria dropped that tea about the kissing, she kind of rolled her eyes and shook her head. She wasn't really pressed about that because she sees what it is. My thing is, Alondria, that was not in your place to say. Like, everybody,
place to say, but I didn't care. She said it, and to me, Huda, you licking balls in challenges. You really mad somebody said you kissed? Like, that's PG for you.
That is true. I just thought. But
you gave him fellatio in the speakeasy, then I'll be like, oh, that's her business. But you know that. But little kids, don't nobody care about that. This whole island.
I didn't see the kiss as a big deal because if Huda and Chris are getting to know each other or exploring each other, they're going to kiss. But I'm like, Alondria, that was not your story to tell.
Alondria was on 10 at the mailbox challenge. Anybody who got it. She was on 10. She saw red, and her red was focused at Taylor, but anybody that got in the way was getting the shots.
They were getting shots. I just wanted to say that. I said I do not like.
I didn't really care about that. Like, if this was the real world, then I'm like, yeah, you told your homegirl business, but y'all ain't even really homegirls. Like, y'all knew each other for 3 weeks. Girl, I don't really know you. Y'all was kissing in the soul ties. Who cares?
I just thought Alondria went too far, and to me, every day, it's Huda, you raggedy bitch. But I don't think that was unfair for Alondria to do. But that violence was funny, though. It was hilarious.
That's your place to say, Chris, please go overseas somewhere because y'all kissed. Who cares?
Who cares? It was. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't a big deal. Alondria, you should have done it, but at the same time,
already stood up and told Shelly that I want to pursue Huda. Shelly, I want to pursue Chris. Okay, they kiss and speak easy. Who cares? Shelly, you want Ace or not? That's what I would have said if I was Huda, but ain't you sitting over there with Ace? You want him or not?
I do not disagree. I'll say
Landry would have got a little bit of heat because I'll be like, was you kissing Nick or not?
Ooh! Does she know? Hold on. That's a good question. Does Huda know that Alondria was kissing Nick?
I don't know if they told. I know they told Sierra, and Sierra told Iris. I don't know if she told Huda.
I will tell you this: them girls, Alondria and Sierra and Shelly, don't really fuck with Huda like that. So I doubt.
Yeah. Huda might not know, but if she did know, I would like. But did you tell about Nick or not?
Yeah. I would have emptied that clip.
That's how you know they're not friends, because see, somebody that don't really fuck with you ain't gonna give you no ammunition to shoot me with later.
Andrea did not give that shit to Huda, but Huda sure did give it to Alondria.
See, Huda, pick better friends. Pick better friends. If they ain't spilling no tea to you, don't spill no tea to them.
Okay, and that's another thing that I like about last season as compared to this season. Last season, the girls really were friends. This season, the girls
I don't think these people really it ain't gonna be no Beyond the Villa next year. I can tell you that.
Oh, right? Definitely not. I cannot wait till Beyond the Villa comes on because I'm trying to see what's going on with Janae and Kenny and But yeah,
I want to see what's going on. I want to see the next episode. I want to see the aftermath of Standing on Business.
Yeah,
I want to see the reunion because let's go ahead and speed this up. I want to see the reunion because I need Jeremiah to come back and get his answers.
Yeah,
and the reunion gonna be messy.
It's gonna be.
And I want to wait 2 weeks for the podcast to start coming out because I want to know who's still together and who ain't. Will Sierra and Nick really make it?
I guarantee you they will not be together Beyond the Villa.
I don't think anybody else will. But you remember that season with Timmy, and you didn't watch the season?
No, I only I watched last season. I fell in love, and this is my second season watching. I haven't gone. I'm a novice. I'm a newbie.
You would like the season with Timmy and Zeta. It's before Love Island got this messy. Like, Love Island hasn't been this messy, but last season.
Recently grown. Yeah.
But Zeta and Timmy, they explored, but for the most part, they were with each other the whole time. And I think they won. I can't remember. But it was a podcast where, because Zeta lived in London and Timmy, lived in the United States. Mm-hmm. And they didn't make it, I don't think, but 2 weeks. But 2 weeks outside the villa. He went over to England to visit his girl from Love Island, and he just dogged her so bad. And she did a whole podcast, airing Timmy out. I did a whole live of it because the podcast was the messiest part.
Make that money.
That's what I'm waiting for, because this season is real messy. So I'm waiting for about 2 weeks for this show to be over, for these people to start spilling all.
I see.
And then we can talk about that. Because right now, what they do on this show, we just going through the motions to see who.
Are you sure next week is the final episode? Like,
Beyond the Villa starts on the 13th, and I don't think both shows are going to air at the same
time. Wow. The only reason I'm saying that is because we have one couple that's fully closed off, and I really don't see any other couples that are going to get to that point.
And Iris are going to close off probably next episode, but we still ain't voting for your ass. Yeah. Who else might close off? Ace and Shelly might have a cute argument and close off. Huda and Chris might play in our face and close off, but who cares who closes off? It all matters who we vote for, and I ain't voting for none of them.
The only person I want to vote for is Amaya. Seriously, as a single person, I don't
think so, because Amaya pulled at my heartstrings, and I ain't like the way they played in her face, because she did absolutely nothing wrong. And like I said, we could fast forward at home. Whoever Amaya ends up with might win it, because you didn't watch. You behind on the seasons. It's a season that the only engaged couple, no, the season before that, I think it was the season of Zeta and Timmy. I might have my seasons out of order. But if you watch the challenge, Olivia from the challenge is kind of like Amaya. She never could find a person in the villa to really have a connection with.
Yeah.
So her and her homeboy, I forgot her homeboy's name. If they didn't have a connection, they always picked each other to recouple with to stay.
Oh, that's cute. Her and her homeboy. That's cute. That's strategy. That's cute.
But I remember Olivia, but they end up winning. They end up winning the show.
What? I love that.
I think that was the season. KK and them.
What season is that? I want to binge it. I want to.
Yeah, Olivia 3 seasons ago.
Thank you.
They were never together. Like that guy that Olivia, they was never together. They were kind of like had a friendship, and they would fake it, like they would kiss and stuff and pretend like they was together. It was season 3. They end up winning, but they ain't had no real connection. So really, you vote for who you like. And I think that season ain't nobody like KK and them. So they said, well, we'll get the money to Olivia.
I love that. I love that. We need the same energy for you, Amaya Papaya.
Yes, she snatched up Cachet's partner. His name was Corey. Okay, I couldn't remember his name. Corey. Olivia and Corey won that season, and they always had a friendship type of thing, a situation friendship. And if they didn't have no real connection, they would always just pick each other.
Oh wow, I love that.
They would try to explore, but if it didn't work out, they'd be like, "Oh well, we get back together," and we'll end up with
strategy. I love that. I absolutely love that. Absolutely love that.
And I think that's what
how you play the game.
That's what Olandria thought her and Taylor were gonna do. Like, we cool, we might not do shit outside this villa, but we gonna keep picking each other. And he said no.
Well, he's never picked her.
Nope, never.
All right, y'all. I got about 2 hours of work left to do. This was so much fun, and I got to.
It was so much fun. I know you getting ready to go. I know you got to travel for work soon, but whenever you get back, let me know so we can talk about this.
Yes, girl, we're in there. We're in there. We're in there, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. For joining us. I'm sorry for joining us. Listen, follow me on TikTok. Blissful Beans. Like, I cut the fuck up.
She does. Beans is really a good time. Please follow Beans on TikTok. Follow her on YouTube too. I think her YouTube channel is still streaming as well. Your blog?
I still have my blog. My brother passed away a couple of months ago, and
I'm sorry.
But I've been writing a blog post / eulogy, so just look out for that. And just kind of, if any one of you has had to deal with grief, please reach out to me and just help me understand how to navigate it. Especially because my brother was younger than me, so it's been a lot. So yes, please, my blog, Snapchat, not Snapchat, TikTok, and my YouTube. And I'm going to Vienna soon, so I'm going to put up some really nice content for you.
I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see it. But also follow me as well, YouTube, Twitter. I'm trying to get my follower count up on TikTok so I can add TikTok to my live stream. So if you don't follow me on TikTok, go over there. I do daily shorts and just cut up because I like to cut up. Beans, they want to know your TikTok.
Oh, I saw that. Hold on, chat. It's Blissful Bean. Hold on. Let me.
Let her drop it because I think she spells it a little bit different.
Yeah, it's different. It's not Blissfully Single Beans. Let me do something. Let me do something. Let me drop it in the. I'll stop it. Oh yes, it's at Blissfully Beans. I'm gonna drop this in the chat. You guys follow me so we can talk shit together. However, if you guys are hood rats, it's probably not gonna be a good experience for you.
We'll block you.
Just saying. Oh my God, is it the chat or comments? Join the chat. Yep. Oh God, I gotta connect with YouTube. Oh my God, is this a whole situation?
Let me see if I can do it. Let me find it.
Yeah, is it a whole situation? Can you drop it in the chat? It's looking like a situationship.
Now,
but I'll tell you guys. All right, so my.
Okay, it's at.
Thank you.
I done messed it up. I done made our face all big. At
Blissfully Beans, BLISS FULLYBEANZ. Blissfully Beans, but just a Z on that instead of an S.
There it is.
Okay.
I don't know how to make our faces go back to normal.
I'm gonna
find what button I hit.
When is the next episode? It's gonna be tomorrow. I'm gonna be live talking shit right after. Join me. We can talk shit. All right. I'm sorry. You could be hood nation or hood rat nation. Come. We can disagree respectfully. All right. But just come.
As long as it's respectful. Yes.
Let's talk shit. You're invited. You're invited to Talk Shit Hour with Blissfully Single Beans. Love.
Check it out. I'm gonna come over there next time. I just watched the episode. I don't ever watch it on time, and I don't know why.
I always watch it on time, child. The drama.
Turn it on to 9:30. So when people they be done.
We watch it on time. Come join me.
I might watch it on time Thursday because I got to see how many people getting up out of this house. But let me tell you one thing: if it's only 2 people, it better be Taylor and Clark. Now, if y'all let Taylor slide, it better be. That's the only way I'll let y'all let Taylor slide. Because let me tell you what they're gonna do, Beans, because I know you gotta go. If they having a movie night, they're gonna keep Taylor because they need Taylor to be exposed that movie night. That's the only reason.
If they're having the movie night on Friday, they're gonna have to keep Taylor.
Yes. So that's the only reason why I think Taylor might stay, because he's the only one that has any drama to be exposed at movie night. But hell, we ain't got to have movie night. He could go.
I need
all movie night gonna do is hurt Olandria feelings all over again.
I'm gonna need a movie light. A couple of feelings are gonna be hurt. Sierra's feelings might be hurt.
Yeah, his feelings, but she ain't gonna leave Nick.
It was as soon as I get home. That kind of kiss. When you see it was a Faith Evans Biggie kiss, Sierra might think
it wasn't no. Oh, we don't really like that. It was like, and then he kicked his feet up in the air. He put his face in the pillow and had his feet kicking in the air.
He grabbed on her bottom and put her closer. He put her closer.
And he put his whole foot in her mouth. Now that was just.
And then listen, the way she bit his lips, it was giving more. I want more. That's
given. If Olandria would have been with it, he would have been with it. But Olandria is like, nah, Sierra, my girl.
That's another point where she did not play the game correct. When I tell you, I would have bagged the fuck out of Nick. Nick would have been like,
Sierra, ain't your damn girl.
What?
You probably ain't even going to exchange Instagrams when this shit is over.
I would give Sierra a run for her motherfucking money when I came back and sharing that bed with Nick. It would have
been like, bitch, you happy he kissed too?
Let me show you what I can.
He kissed too? Because let me show you.
Let me show you what I can do for you.
And see, that's where Olandria fucked up. I would have never chose Taylor for the heart rate challenge. I would have chose Nick and dropped it real good on Nick. Oh, you want to kiss those?
I would have did what Huda did to Ace. As Olandria, I would have did that shit to Nick. I would have been like, I
would have gave Sierra something to be. You glad he kissed too?
Politics.
You glad he did what with who? Oh, okay, let me show you what I can really do. Yeah, Olandria, you ain't play. You need me to be your coach. You need me to
If I was Alondria, I would have given Nick such a stiffy. It would have taken a full 24 hours for that bitch to go down.
Mhm.
Okay? For the blood flow to release, bitch. Alondria, you didn't play the game correctly.
Such a stiffy. Sierra would have finally had 60 seconds of pleasure instead of 20.
That's it. His heart rate would have been through the roof, but y'all playing a cute game, girl. Y'all playing a cute game, girl. Couldn't be me.
But we'll see. We'll see. Definitely let me know when you get back so we can talk about it.
Yes.
Some more. We're definitely gonna talk about it for the finale and this reunion. The reunion is what we need to talk about.
Woo! Spicy.
Let me let things go. She gotta work. Please like this video. All
please.
channels. Please support all channels, all platforms, and we'll holler at y'all later.
He's sharing
Bye.
his.